Hey, good evening, travelers. Kevin O'Connor from Out of Here Travel. Hope you're all doing well tonight. And today, it's Top 3 Thursday for Out of Here Travel. And tonight, I'm going to be talking about the top 3 reasons to love Key West, Florida. And I'm coming from my perspective, too, of, Michelle and I have been going down to Key West, Florida since about 2012, 13. And we finally had a chance to go as a couple. We had our kids. Both boys were gone. They were in college. And it was like March up here in West Virginia. And we said, we want to go someplace warm. And I didn't have my passport, so I was limited. We were thinking a few other places out in the Caribbean or Mexico or someplace to go. And then it was like, you know what? I'm an old Jimmy Buffett parrot head. And I've listened to Jimmy Buffett since the 1970s, and it was like, I've always had a bucket list to go to Key West. I've seen pictures of it on the album covers. He talks about it, woman on down Caroline Street. He's always talking about the adventures of it. And I said, let's go down to Key West. And we did. And I tell you what, from the first time we went down there, we fell in love with the place. And we've been going since. And actually, we have another company. We have the travel company Out of Here Travel, and then we have another company that we've had since about 2013, and that is Fun in Key West. So you can find us on Facebook at Fun in Key West. You can also find us at funinkeywest.com. And we started that kind of like a concierge service. We met a lot of people down there. We kind of put that together as a way to help bring tourists down to Key West, Florida. We had businesses that we were booking tours with. We had charters, fishing charters. We had day charters. Somebody would take you out up the Keys with Kim, tours. We had Make It So charters with Todd, and then a lot of others companies that we were working with. And then eventually that's how we came about with, we're doing that. We need to find a travel agent. So we ended up saying, let's just make our own travel agency, and we've been doing that. We started our travel agency back in 2018 and been operating. I wanted to talk about, on Top 3 Thursday, because Michelle and I are planning a trip. We're going down to Key West here on November 21st through the 24th. We're going down there. We're going to be doing some live events. We got some other projects we're working on. We're going to be meeting with some of the inns and the hotels down there as well, too. Reestablish, and we're just trying to look for tours and itinerary plans that we can do. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing some lives in there as well. So let's get into it. Top 3 reasons why to love Key West. And I'll tell you what, the number one for me and Michelle is just the vibe. It's a great place to go. The vibe is there. It's laid back. The weather's fantastic. You're in your 80s almost year round. And it's a beautiful place, a lot of history. When I'm into photography, I fell in love with that as well, too, doing the sunsets, the sunrise photos, taking pictures of the birds, just the architecture, the old historic homes down there. It's just a beautiful place to go. And we just love it. It's just T-shirts, shorts, flip-flops, and we've met a lot of people. We've met a lot of people from around the world. And when people come there, it's just a great place to relax, have a good time. So I guess that's the big thing. It's just the stress. Getting away, get down there. And you're in America. You don't need a passport for us. You're on the southernmost tip of Florida, of the United States, because you're about 120 miles out from the land. You go through all the islands to get out to Key West. It's at the furthest point. You're 90 miles from Cuba. So that's why we have an Air Force base and the Coast Guard and everything else out there. And then you might see some people from Cuba with their little homemade boats at Smathers Beach. They do come ashore. But it is a great place. So again, it's a vibe. I'm a Jimmy Buffett parrot head. I'll admit it. And there's a lot of Jimmy Buffett parrot heads that go down there just for the atmosphere that we can do. But again, I think that's number one, is from the history and going down there. There's a lot to do, a lot to see, and I'm going to go through some of that. So that's like number one. When you go to some place, man, you like the vibe. And it's like Michelle and I were in Alaska. The funny thing about it is and then in Alaska, it's going to be, no one's really born and raised there. And it's kind of like when you meet people, so where are you from? Well, I'm from wherever. Michelle's she was born and raised in Anchorage, Alaska, so she was unique in that aspect. I'm from California in Washington State. Then I moved up to Alaska, and that's where I met Michelle. And it was kind of like the same vibe down there in Key West. It's kind of like, where are you from? Now, there are conks down there that are born and raised there, or people have been there a long time, but majority of people you see very transient. For workers too, they go down and then they leave. But it was like the fun conversation. Where are you from? That's the first thing you have. But I guess again, the vibe of it all, it's just a fun place to go. It's a great place to relax. So when we go down there, that's number one on our list. We just relax and have a good time. So number 2, you go down to Key West, food and entertainment. So I just love, you can see my fishing shirt that's on here. So when I'm a seafood lover, the fish down there, so again, you got fresh food coming in that's just been caught. So I really enjoy fish. So I enjoy, you got a couple species of shrimp. You have mai, grouper, hogfish, tuna. So I'm a fish lover. So that's what I do. They bring oysters in from the East Coast, California over, but those come in as well too. You have a big selection of other food too. You got the restaurants in Duval Street. You probably heard about Duval Street. It's about a mile long, starts in the Atlantic, ends in the Gulf of Mexico. It's about a mile, and it's all filled with restaurants and bars. There's bars all over the place. So you could do your steaks. So you got white tablecloth, Italian restaurants. You get it all. You've got some high-end restaurant across. You take a boat over to the island for a nice dinner out there. So you have all types of ranges of food. The food quality is great, and we love it. So food is great. A lot of great options out there, and entertainment. So there's probably about 200 bars, probably. They're all over the island. Duval Street is the main center of attention within about a 4-block area. You have a lot of you got all the entertainment. But one thing that we really love about it is the live music. For entertainment, it starts about 11 o'clock in the morning. People come in and start playing for the lunch hour. And then they come in, most places have a happy hour that starts about 4 o'clock to 6. And then they play through the happy hours, and then they come in for the dinner. They may come in another one, and then 7 to 9 to 11, there's other musicians that come in and start playing all over. And so you can sit there all day and have music. And when we come back to West Virginia, we're just like, oh, man. Friday night comes around, and we're going, what are we going to go listen to? There's hardly any live music. So we love it. We love going to Florida, to our house in Orlando as well, too. They got live music. So we're always looking for an avenue to to go find that. So again, you could start at 11 in the morning, go all the way night. There's always continuous somebody playing. You'll find somebody playing music somewhere on the island. So it's great because like they say, every night's Saturday night in Key West. So it's always fun. So I think that's the entertainment of it. Laid back. You can be as laid back as you want. You can go out. When you go to the places, you have the hotels there. Old Town is the oldest historic area, and they have all the historic homes or all the inns. So most of them could be anywhere from 8 units to 20 units, but they all have like a little pool in the backyard, so you can sit out there in the afternoon, come in, relax, sit in the sun. There are the beaches out there as well too. You got Smathers Beach, Higgs Beach, Fort Zack has a beach. And again, they bring in the sand because you think about Key West, it's coral reefs all the way around it, so you don't have waves. People come there looking for the waves. Well, they just don't have waves here. Well, yeah, because you got coral reefs that are very shallow in a lot of areas, and the breakers are way outside of Key West. But again, entertainment's there. And one thing about it, when you go to Key West, I always look they typically have some sort of event every month. So we're October 30th today, so this is going to be, they just got through Fantasy Fest, was a big festival the end of October that ended this past weekend. It was a week-long celebration. It kind of ends in some like a Mardi Gras type parade at the end. And then it starts off with like Sunday before was like the zombie bike ride. Everybody dresses up like zombies and ride their bike. And you got kids and it's a big family affair. It's a cool event. Next week, starting this weekend, is the Key West World Champion Speedboats. I'd love to be there. Man, they're cool. So Sunday they'll have like a parade. They trailer all the boats, come down Duval Street, and then they run about 3 days. And you go over to Mallory Square, which is right downtown. You sit out there, bring your lawn chairs, and just sit out there and watch these guys. And there's a circular path that they go around, and they do that for like 3 days. And these are cool boats. Those are high, and they're the long speed boats. You get 2 guys in them, and they're flying. They hit waves, and they're up in the air. And it's pretty exciting. You got a helicopter running around taking it, and I've got a lot of pictures that I've taken on that event. It's always fun. So that's coming up in March. March, April, you got Conch Republic Days. It's a week-long celebration. July, you have Hemingway Days, where they have a contest for Papa Hemingways, and they have competitions, and then they crown the Papa Hemingway for that year. That's an annual event. So it's really fun. I've got the gray hair. I just don't have the beard. Maybe if I had the beard, too, I can get in the competition. So that's Hemingway Days. They have a Songwriters Festival that's real entertaining for a week. Fantasy Fest. We got the Parrot Heads come in annually as well too. So entertainment, food, live music, just a party every night, Saturday night in Key West. And that's how everybody is, and the employees down there are great. It's just a fun time. So that's number 2, food and entertainment. And I mean it's warm. You got tropical year round. In the winter it gets down in the 70s, 80s. It could be in the nighttime. It really depends on when the wind's blowing. If it comes from the north, January and February, it cools it down. I mean, in Florida, it could even get down. I think we got that cold streak that came in last year. It might have gone down to even the 40s down in Key West, because you hear about the iguanas. They got these big iguanas in the trees. And if it gets below 40, the cold things, they're warm-blooded animals, and they just fall out of the tree. We always hear about stories. Iguanas are just falling out of the tree because it's so cold. That's always the fun time. So again, food and entertainment. I think number 3 that I really enjoy is, please, when you go to Key West, you got to get outside. Get out on the water. Oh, man, enjoy it. Get off of Duval Street. A lot of people just go in and hang out in the bars and in the food and bars and just hang out there, listen to music all day. But get out on the water. It's so beautiful out there in the coral reefs, a lot of crystal clear water that you can get out on every night. For sunset celebration is the big thing. You can go out and get on sailboats, and they take you out for an hour and a half or so, 2 hours. You just circle around Mallory Square, go out and just watch the sunset. Most of them include beer and wine, hors d'oeuvres, that type of thing. Then you got the band. One of them has a band, Commotion on the Ocean. They kind of tool around. Fury has that boat that goes around. So you have something for all levels, and then you can have smaller sailboats with maybe 13, 15 people. Some of them are 30 people. We like the America 2.0. That's a beautiful boat. That's a fun boat. And the funny thing about that, if it's real windy in Key West, the boats don't go out. So if it gets too rough and choppy, sometimes they don't take the boats out. But get out on the water during the day. You could take excursions to go out, and then you swim, and they take you out snorkeling. Again, the water's crystal clear. You can see a lot of fish. You see the coral reefs. You see the fish. You can see dolphins around that come around the boats. You see that out there, so it's really fun. You got your kids with you. Bring out that one. They also have like a glass bottom boat itself if you don't want to be in the water. They'll take you out to the coral reef so you can look inside the boat and look down. You can see the fish down there. So again, get out on the water. One of the things that Michelle and I do all the time is we rent a bike, those little ocean cruisers, the ones that doesn't shift gears, and then we take it around the island. It's about 9 miles. It takes about an hour. You take it out to Smathers. South Roosevelt Boulevard goes around North Roosevelt, so you can see the whole island. You see the other boat marina in town, Newtown, which if you want Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Publix, It's just where the locals go. You got the Home Depot, so it looks just like home. And then you come back around to Old Town for where most all of us and the tourists are at, the activities. But get on the water, go out on the sandbars. You can go out outside of Key West, and you get on. They let you out on the sandbars. You're probably up to your knees or thighs in there. You can walk in. It's like bath water out there, but you can see the sand. It's all crystal clear sand. It's beautiful white sand. That's always been a fun thing. We used to go out with Todd with Make It So charters, and he had a table, so we'd stick it in the sand. We'd be out there. He has a little table. We have our hors d'oeuvres and have our adult cocktail and watch the sunset going down. It's just like, they're always looking for the green flash. I haven't seen the green flash. Have you seen the green flash? If you've seen the green flash, comment on this and tell me you saw the green flash. Because I've been out there many times, and sometimes I thought I saw it one night. My camera died. I was snapping pictures, and my camera died just when it was just going down. And the last photo I have, it might be a little bit on there, but it's hard to see. So I think from the naked eye, but my camera can pick it up. And it right when the last few breaths of the sun going down, my camera died. So always check your battery too. That's always the second thing. And biggest thing I really enjoy, I've got my sport fishing shirt on. I love to fish. There's two ways of going if you're in Key West. Number one, it's called backcountry fishing. You go on a smaller boat. It's usually 2 people is about, and the driver. You could probably put 3 on it, but you're going to go out and go for, they got tarpon, bonefish, permit. Those are like the big 3s if you can get those. Then you have yellowtail snappers you can do. One day I took my son Mike out. We were trying to get a fish for a shark. Never did get one. But we caught probably 30 yellowtail snappers. They're just, could be anywhere from 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 4 pounds. But they're fun to catch. We just light tackle. That's what I enjoy doing. Also you can go out on trolling out there. So then you can go for my sailfish, blackfin tuna, blue marlin, copia, kingfish. You're out trolling on the boat, and you usually have 6 people, and you do that. So I've done that quite a few times as well too. But I really enjoy sport fishing to go out there. Still haven't caught a tarpon, but I thought I had one day. And I caught this. I've got a picture of it up here on my wall. It's close to, it was almost 3 feet. It's big boy, barracuda. It was fun, but I wanted the tarpon. We thought we had the tarpon because there was 2 of them I fished it, and this guy came in and stole the bait from him. And then gone back, and I haven't gone back, so it's on my to-do list. I still want to catch. I like to catch about a 90-pounder big boy. It'd be fun on fly rod. That'd be cool. So it's still on my list. I guess I have to go back to Key West. But again, I think that's the thing. Please get outside, get out and enjoy nature. It's a fun walk all the way around. You just got to be cognizant of the weather. It's like going to people I see going to Disney. If you're going to Florida, if you're not used to the heat, drink a lot of water, walk. Don't take flip-flops around back and forth up and down Duval. Put some nice comfortable shoes on. They do have a bus now. It's a free bus that you jump on and it circulates, just continuous, wraps around. So if you go down, let's say you're downtown, and you want to go out to the Butterfly Garden, which is more towards the southern point, or if you want to go see the southernmost point, the buoy out there, you want to get your picture taken. That's a big thing. You got to stand in line, and you get your picture taken, and then you walk back all the way down to the Vol. If you're down on Green Street, let's say towards Sloppy Joe's, that's a long walk. They do have the buses that come along. You can do that when you got your Ubers. But again, at the same time, you can rent golf carts and scooters as well, motorized scooters, so you can take those around. Like I say, I get the pedal bikes, and I go out. I'm the weird one. I go out and take sunrise photography. So people are amazed I get up early to do that. So I take my bike out, go out towards Smathers Beach, or I go to the southernmost beach just take a different angle. Depends on what time of the year it is. But I'll do that and also do my sunrise photography as well too. So, but one thing about, I was just talking about entertainment, miss this, everybody's got a happy hour. And one of the best ones that I enjoy is the Green Parrot. It's the oldest bar in Key West. It's one street off of Duval Street, but they've got the tune-up 5:30, and they have their happy hour. And when they have a band in there, it's usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday. There might be one Monday, Tuesday sometimes. But I think they have ukulele night one night, and they have, is it a bingo or trivia night on Tuesdays? But they call it, it's the tune-up in there, and it's fun because happy hour and all the locals come in. So you'll see this. You walk down the street, you'll find it. Everybody's all over the sidewalks. There's people across the street. There's a couple benches over there, people sitting, and they get their drinks. They walk across the street. And you could take your drinks all over Key West. So they're sitting out there. Then all of a sudden, when the happy hour's up, everybody splits. And it's not as busy. It's not as busy. But it's a fun time. I met a lot of great people there. It's a great social event. Listen to some great music. And the Green Parrot, man, they bring acts all over. They bring a lot from New Orleans, Chicago area. We had a group in there one day. They were from Charleston, West Virginia. They were like a country bluegrass band. They were pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun to see them. But again, a lot of things to do. Listen to the music. Get outside. So number one, just the vibe, man. It's very relaxed. It's like that Jimmy Buffett talks about it, parrot head type. Laid back, enjoy yourself, have a great time. Number two, food and entertainment. It's fantastic. Number three, enjoy nature. You can get outside in year-round. Get outside, enjoy it. Get off of Duval Street too. Go on the water. Go over to Smathers Beach. Go to Fort Zach's, a great place. You could do snorkeling in the little cove they have there. You can rent the snorkel equipment, go in there and look around and see some fish. But just enjoy, get outside. If you're a photographer, man, sunset, sunrise, boats, just all the historic homes, a lot to do. DM me. I'll give you some great tips on where to go and what to take pictures of when you're down there. And if you can get to the Upper Keys, get up there too. If you're driving down fly into Miami or Fort Lauderdale, drive down the Keys, man, it's great. Beautiful. You got Key Largo, you got Marathon, Isla Morada, and come on down into Key West is the last stop on the islands. So here, again, just thank you for your time. This is Kevin O'Connor from Out of Here Travel. We're here for you. We specialize in working with, say, people 50 plus, because they're like us, like Michelle and I, we're empty nesters, and a lot of times don't really get the attention sometimes that you need, so we're just specializing in that. But we'll talk to anybody. I'm not saying if you're below 50, I'm not going to talk with you and work with you. I will, but that's my target market. It's like me. I understand what I want to do. So if you see that on the website, that's what it says. We specialize with empty nesters and 50 plus groups. But again, we'll talk to anybody. Go to our site, put your name in there. We've got a 3-step process how to work. Number one, we'll sit down and have a conversation, just do a discovery call and decide if we want to work together or not. And then 2, Michelle and I will go in and plan your itinerary for you, look for deals to get you the best alternative. We want to make sure your itinerary is right for what you want to do. It's not always the lowest price. Let's find the right thing to make it fun when you go out, to make it enjoyable. I mean, making memories, and that's the main thing. We want to make sure we're there. And then we book the venture for you. Number 3 is when you go on your trip, if things happen, we'll be there too to help you. We're a phone call away if stuff happens. Delay in trips, you miss the cruise ships, medical emergencies, different things that happen. And then if you saw my thing last night, I talked about travel insurance. Go back and listen to that one. I had 7 reasons to get travel insurance. You need that. But again, I think that's the main thing. Number thing we believe in is customer service. We believe in talking on the phone or Zoom or just having a great conversation. We just want to make sure it's right for you. We're here for you. Get in the queue. because there's a lot of things that happen. I get these travel alerts, specials that pop up that are good for, it could be a week, it could be good for 2 weeks, or for the month. So if you're in my queue, and I'll plug you in there, so if you want to do Alaska cruise, so it pops up per ship. I've got one today for the month of November. There's some onboard credits. There's some, if we can get you booked by the end of November, they've got $300 onboard credits. They've got buy one, the other one's 50%, and we can just massage it around. But again, if you're in my queue, I'll just send out verbiage. There's so many of them, it's just hard to, I'm not going to be a billboard here and list 20 every company that has them, but that's, they're getting ready to in the first part of the year. So right now is a good time to give us a call. Let's at least get in here, put you in my contact management system. We do a discovery call. I figure out where you want to go, what you want to do, the type of cruise ships you want to go on, and then as these things mature over the next 3 months or so, we'll know. We'll be ready to go. We're one step ahead of the game. And I think that's the best. Let's just figure out what we want to do. So again, thank you. Like I say, thank you for listening tonight. Please go to our site, outaheretravel.com. Put your name in there. Let's set up a discovery call and talk about it and start getting an action plan together for you so you can get out of here. Especially in the wintertime. I want to get out of here. Get out of the snow. Let's go to the warmth. And with that, good night, everybody. Have a great time.